Hi there guys, this is Cassandra. I'm a Riffle in Time and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're talking about why I'm not doing a no buy or a low buy this year. And I really just want to kind of talk about this because there's a lot of discourse right now about the low buys, the no buys. We're talking about collections lately. I did a VR back to Imogen as well about having a collection. And I also just have realized a lot of shame and guilt and kind of just there is a thing right now happening, and I think it's really important to have discourse and to talk about it and share a difference in perspective and opinions, and I think it could be helpful to somebody. So if you're feeling guilt and shame in your practice right now and in this space, maybe listen, maybe take a listen, and even if not, just I think this could be valuable perspective for just anybody. I want to start by saying this: I am somebody who does boycotting, who does low buys, no buys in different kind of spheres, but one of the places I don't do that in is the creator and small business and that indie space. And I think that everybody is entitled to the amount of decks they want in their collection, how much money they want to spend. You know your situation best. And I think you are the best judge of what you should be doing with your time, money, effort, attention, all those things. So if you're doing a low buy or a no buy because that's what's best for you, I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant and beautiful that you are using your own discernment and deciding, hey, I don't need this. I don't want this. I have this in my collection, whatever. If you're doing that, that's beautiful. And I'm so happy for you. I really am. It is hard sometimes to be self-aware in that way. And it's hard when we want to be like, no, but if that's not you, if you have the time, money, effort, space, blah, blah, all those things, and you are feeling like you should do something because that's what everybody else is telling you, this is a moment to take and think about, where are you putting your money? Like I said, I do boycotts, I do no buys, low buys for reasons. I don't buy things with purpose. And so it's not that I never buy mass market decks, but when I buy mass market decks, I'm being really intentional, and I'm not just bringing in a bunch. I'm making sure that they're in alignment with the things, the people. It's usually it's a deck that has come from indie to mass market, so I'm still trying to support that creator. But you have artists out here, creators, you have small businesses that honestly are feeling this economy situation probably the most, because not only do they not have money just like everybody else, but they rely on the people who don't have money to pay them. That's their job, is to sell their decks or their art or whatever it is they sell in their small business. So right now, with everybody boycotting and not buying and things like that, sometimes people are hearing it and they're not hearing the rest of it, which is you're not buying from large corporations. If you're buying a mass market deck, buy it from a small business. Go to your local metaphysical shop, don't go to places that already have way too much of your money and everybody's money, and they're not investing it back into the community. Do with your money things that are intentional and purposeful. It is an energetic exchange, coming from, and I'm not saying this because I want you to buy from my small business, though I appreciate that. I love that. I love being able to support people through people supporting me. That trickles, and I think it is important that if you're investing your money in me, that I'm investing my money in the right people in the right places. And so I do that. As you guys know, I'm currently not paying myself from Riffle. I've been really investing the money back in getting more decks, supporting more creators. A lot of you even in this sphere know that I'm on other content creators Patreons, even tarot tubers and stuff. I'm on other deck creators, Substacks, Patreon, all these things, because I'm trying to support the community. I do not have the time or capacity to be actually in any of them, really. It's a way for me to do an energetic exchange. Yes, I could do my own readings, and I do all the time, but I always make sure, like, at least once at the beginning of the year, and then through quarterly, I'll get readings from other people just to support them. And so I do think it is important to move the money around the right place. If you don't have the money, that's one thing. I don't really have the money, but I'm actually doing the opposite. I am allocating money I would have allocated to other things to those places instead. And so, 10 years ago, I might have went to Target and bought candles, but then I learned about a lot more. You know what I mean? Like, you learn a lot, and when you get old and have your own money and things. And so I buy candles from small businesses. I like little candle shops. Actually, fortunately, my favorite candle shop that is local here went out of business last year. And so that's why I say, like, if you're doing a no buy to just like join everybody in it, make sure you're doing the no buy from the right place. Because unfortunately, I can't keep everybody in business. I don't burn enough candles. But just artists, creators, small businesses, there's a lot of really magical people out there doing magical things. And know that when you buy their deck, or you buy their print, or whatever it is that they're making or selling, that money's going to them, not to a corporate office who's then paying people an insignificant amount of money and keeping the rest to do X, Y, or Z with. A lot of times, like, I see people and it's like, this is what's like paying for their groceries. This is what's like allowing them to take care of their family, And so just don't let someone make you feel bad for investing your money in the right places. Don't let someone make you feel guilty about having too many decks. Too many decks when who are you to tell someone how many things they need to have and don't have? If you are blessed enough to have money to spend on somebody's creation, like, that's you being like, I'm investing in you as a person. Like, I want to see your art continue. I want to see your work continue. I want to see you grow. I want to see you supported. How beautiful is that? Oh God, it really, and so I'm the opposite. I really am. I'm taking money out of every sector of my life I can trim, and and honestly, don't do this. Don't do what I say. But sometimes it's credit, and it's future Cassie's problem. Future Cassie's problem. Anyways, but we gotta support our people right now, and that's why it's like I even share other tarot shops. Like, that sounds crazy. I'm like sharing other people's Patreons and stuff, and like I've actually had someone be like, kind of like, isn't that kind of weird? I'm like, if you think that's weird, you've missed my core values as a person. I want to support my community. I want to support other people. I think there's enough room for us all to be. Now, I do not think it's fair when there are people who are like blatantly copying people, because that is out there, and I can't understand that. It's like, you spend a lot of time on your art or your shop or whatever it is that you are doing, and someone's doing exactly that. It's like, you took the time to research, to paint, whatever it is, and then someone's doing the exact. I can understand, like, even content creating, if someone's matching you video for video and like saying literally what you're saying, I can see how that would be frustrating. But I genuinely, if it's in love and respect, if it's a mutually, like, if you're not taking, it's, you know what I mean? It just balance. I literally pulled Temperance in the Two of Pentacles yesterday. Because I do have a bit of a problem with overpouring from my cup. And being like, no, I don't need anything. It's okay. I'm working on it, guys. But I am currently in the business of buying this year from small businesses and creators, and again, content creators, even not even just like deck creators. I literally subscribe to, I think, at least 6 right now, just tarot tubers, somethings, which isn't, again, insane. I don't have time for all that. Like, I have so many like people that are just doing beautiful things, and I just want them to know, like, I love you, I see you, I support you, you're doing amazing things, like, love. I really, that's how I feel in my heart. And so, like, before, I was really trying to not buy decks that I couldn't have in the shop, just because I have a very limited space. What I'm even doing now is that I'm just being more willing to pass things along. And that's another thing I love to do. I resell my decks, and I resell them at a, like, I mean, they're used. So, like, I'm able to give people a deck at a price point that maybe they couldn't afford the deck before. And so I love to do that. And I know, like, again, there's some like thing about like decluttering has some negative stigma about it, and I don't know. I don't know what everybody's. Let's love, let's share, let's move things around, let's energetic exchange. Like, I have something and I loved it and I used it, and you know what? I'm done with it. I've moved past that place. I'm not that person anymore. I've outgrown it. Or honestly, I have 7 other things that do that, and I'm realizing I need to calm down. Let me pick my favorite and let me share this with you, because I loved it and I enjoyed it, and I think you can now love and enjoy it, and I hope you continue that. That's how beautiful is that. I saw this thing, and it's like, I'll even gift my decks. It's like, I'll see a deck and I'll be like, I remember them talking about this and saying that they wanted it, and you know what, I think my time with it has passed, or maybe never really started. It happens sometimes. You get a deck and it's just not meant for you, and you don't know until you try. And I think that's another thing, is people are so scared of making a decision because they don't know if it's the right one. And a lot of times you don't realize you have to make the decision to know. You can make a new choice. Like, you can make a choice and then make a new choice based off the information you have. You are allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to make a new choice. You're allowed to be a different person if you've decided that who you were doesn't fit anymore. If your life, the things in it, don't fit anymore, you're allowed to let them go. And I mean that about decks, and I mean that about all kinds of things. But even if you started this year out of no buy, low buy, and you've thought about it and you're like, you didn't fail, you've made a new choice. You made a new choice. It's not about failing, or just, I know that people really give themselves a hard time, and I am the queen of giving themselves a hard time. Queen and king, both, honestly, two crowns. But I'm really in the business of not doing that anymore. And and you know what, I wish I would have had somebody who was saying this to me. I wish I could have been the person. I could have watched myself saying this to myself, even last year. Even last year, I still was struggling a lot with a lot of these things, and how good it feels to have this shift in perspective. And honestly, what I want to thank is all of the small businesses and artists and creators and things that I've purchased from, who've let me know, like, I just really appreciate your support. And also all the people who've supported me, that I've been able to really appreciate their love and support. And then it's just opened my eyes to, it's like, this person is investing in me, in my dream. How magical is that? How magical is I get to do that? I get to invest in someone's dreams. How beautiful is that? And like, It does. It might feel insignificant to like purchase a print from somebody or a deck or whatever. But like when you see someone showing up for you, um, it's like an encouragement to go on, that you're doing, you know, what you're doing matters, is what your dream is something someone needs or wants. And especially when like you're out there creating art, it's like when you're buying from them, you're being like, wow, this is beautiful and I want this. I want to have this in my home. I want to show other people this. How good does that feel? Ah, yeah. I feel very passionately about that. I actually just got in a deck. That's what I keep looking over at. And I'm really excited about this, actually. This is a deck that I didn't know about until one of my friends, actually, on IG. What is your tag? I do like to share tags so that people can find my people. Sorry, I feel I just feel a lot of love in my heart. And oh, come on. I don't. It's Leah, Elizabeth, where are you? I don't know. I'll tag below, but pretty sure that's who it was that shared this deck, and I was like, wow, that is so beautiful. I ended up going to the creator's website, and it's out of print, and their last Kickstarter didn't end up meeting goal for the reprint. And I realized, like, I never heard about it. And it's a deck that the keywords and half of the guidebook are in Spanish, but there's an English half of the guidebook. And honestly, it's gorgeous and beautiful, and I just don't think enough people knew about the deck and what it was and what it had, and like maybe thought it was all Spanish. But I mean, it's gorgeous and beautiful. And so I realized in the moment, I was like talking, I commented and I was like, I want this to happen. And they were feeling really discouraged, and I was able to give them a little bit of hope and love about it. And I want to help make this happen. I don't know how yet, but I want to help make this happen. I'm going to do whatever I can to make this reprint happen. But they had one copy that ended up coming back to them, and they posted in stories, and I obviously bought it faster than I've ever bought anything in my whole life. And I'm going to share it with you. That'll be how we end this video. I'm going to share it with you. And it's really beautiful. The guidebook is like beautiful. It's beautiful. And again, it's half in English, half in Spanish. The cards, I appreciate that they stuck by like what their intentions for this deck were, and they kept the keywords in Spanish. You can write on it in English, you can look it up in the guidebook, you can look at the image and read it, like, but their intention was for this deck to be in Spanish. And how beautiful that someone's choosing their language and their, you know what I mean, like over selling more. I think that's beautiful. Oh, some of these cards, hold on. Some of these cards, it's all drawn art, obviously. It's not real bodies, but we'll keep it to a minimum here. Not most of them don't have, but oh my gosh, and it's so beautiful. You have like different seasons, different animal and plant guides. This deck is gorgeous. It's like Gorgina. I do want to show you a little of it's so beautiful. And my job, literally my job in the world, is to help share other people's art and their creations and help them reach other people, and so that like I can help make this happen next time for them, you know. And I just I'm sorry for so much on today, but what I do is important. What you do when you support people is important, and don't let someone make you feel guilty for investing in people. in your community and things that matter. This matters, you know? And gosh, just I feel so strongly about it. And I really get the no buy, the low buy. I understand shopping your collection. I understand all of that so much. And I do understand that not everybody has the money. I'm someone who does not have a lot of money. I literally was making $16.50 an hour for 16 billion years managing a pizza place. Like, just like insane. To try to do something on that kind of money. So trust me when I say, like, I understand. I've not had enough money to pay my bills. I cannot afford health insurance. Like, I understand not having money. So, like, I really do trust and believe. I get it. And so if you're doing it for reasons like that, I live in a small 2-bedroom apartment. I understand not having the space. I get all of the reasons to not do it. But if you have the capabilities, if you have the means and the space and the love and intention in your heart, please don't let someone else take that from you, wee woo, or make you feel bad about it. And that's what I have to say. So I have to say, and I'm going to say it very loudly and proudly, this is a beautiful deck. And I have so many beautiful decks that I am so honored and privileged. I tell my creators this all the time, and they probably think I'm insane, but it is an honor and it is a privilege to be able to have these people trust me with sharing their art with other people. It is an honor and a privilege for every deck that I get in the shop and every deck that I get to share with others. I feel so special. I feel so blessed, and I feel so lucky to have this community, to be doing this, to have someone believe in me, and for you to be listening to this, and for just I feel like the universe has gifted me with being able to help other people's dreams come true. And there's nothing in the world that will ever be more meaningful to me than that. I just, short of Marcellus, obviously, but you know what I mean? I can help people feel seen and loved and supported. I can help people have hope and have joy. I literally share on this channel my hope and my joy, and it matters to people, and that is the greatest thing in the whole world. And so this video about a low buy, no buy has turned a little mushy, but I really love you and I really appreciate you, and all of you out there who are doing amazing things. I see you doing amazing things, and I'm so proud of you. And all of the people out there who are supporting those people who are doing amazing things, you are doing in turn an amazing thing. And thank you for being here with me. I also hopefully will get better about sharing the shop because I am doing an amazing thing right now, and it does matter. And I know the world is so insanely unfair and horrible and crazy and just so many things. But there's still people out there doing amazing things in spite of it all, you know? And that's hope, and that's magic, and that's light, and that'll get you through anything, you know? I want to be the star, you know? I think one of like the magic things I have is being able to give people joy and hope and love. I have an infinite amount of that to share, and that is something I'm very grateful for. And I spent a very long time in my life having to learn how to do that in spite of horrible things. And so I'm so glad I learned the lessons, and so I can share them, and I can do this. And I'm gonna get off here and stop crying. I love you so much.